You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com. How you guys doing? Let's get to the contribution and production of GDP, which none of you Democrats know what that's like. Hi, Aaron. Here's a new question for you for a video. Please provide a quote. Thank you. As a proponent of conservative values, you often talk about reducing taxes and eliminating social programs so that people earn based on merit. Having lived in your favorite city and your favorite state, San Francisco, I can't help but see the downside of this approach. The city is full of millionaires who don't know what to do with their money, spending many thousands of dollars on their frequent vacations, dining, alcohol, etc. Yet at the same time, the city is getting dirtier and uglier by the day, with way more crime, homelessness than when I initially moved here. And the state of the infrastructure is way worse than in some place we would like to call a third world. Is it that bad in San Francisco? I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's anywhere near that bad. It looks like those who make money are perfectly comfortable being surrounded by dine, drink, and party in fancy overpriced restaurants and bars while being surrounded by a pile of garbage homeless laying around outside their door, drugs, needles, and broken car windows. If forcing the highest earners to do something about it is not the solution, then what is? All right, you are asking two questions, and I should have charged you a lot more for this. You have two questions. You are asking, why is it the rich people who are liberals in San Francisco, why is it they do what I say, not what I do? Like, oh, I love to help the poor, I love to help the poor, but then they have copious amounts of wealth, they squander it away on, you're paying $100 for a meal. Well, 80 of that could go help out a lot of homeless people in San Francisco. So why don't they do that? Why don't they put their money where their mouths is? Is like, okay, well, I make $80 million. I only need $1 million of it per year, and I will donate the remaining $75 million. And then your other question is, well, how do we solve society's problems? So if we don't tax the rich, we don't force these people to forfeit all their money. Beyond the question is, why aren't they doing it willingly? Because they're just such good liberals in Silicon Valley. What is the solution to society's problems? Since they may vote that way or espouse to do that, but they never force it over charitably or voluntarily. Well, should we tax the rich? So let's answer these two separately, and I'll hopefully answer your question. All right, the first one is you have this confusion about, well, why do they say it but then not do it? How do they do it? Couple reasons. One, they're hypocrites. You have to understand leftist psychology is not about actually helping the people. This can be no more epitomized, no more highlighted and exemplified than how the Democrats treat blacks. They claim to want to help the blacks. They claim, oh my God, we just want to help the blacks and minorities, and the women's. We could throw them all in there, but let's just focus on the blacks because that's the one they get the most jizz out. They're like, ah. Have they helped them? Have they practically, functionally helped them? In the past 50, 60 years since the Great Society has existed. And if you look at it empirically, you could say no. I mean, yeah, their lot has improved, but in terms of the wage gap, life expectancy gap, every other measure, if we were to use whites as a standard, Asians do a lot better though, by the way. Blacks have not improved or closed any of these gaps relative to whites. So you would think an empiricist or somebody that actually gives a damn about black people would say, whoa, this ain't working. Maybe we ought to try something different. I'm not saying you go vote Republican, but you certainly stop trying the Democrat Plan 18.0 this time, more of other people's money and blame those other people. But there's maybe a bit more of a nefarious question or incentive. You say, well, why have Democrats always said that? And then now you start to call into question their motives. And then if you've gone down the rabbit hole as much as I have, you realize these are the most evil motherfucking people in the world. They're the biggest hypocrites, they're the biggest scumbags. These rich, in your particular case, San Francisco, but this is nationwide, the rich liberals don't actually want to help out, pick your cause, the whales, the minorities, the women's, the whatevers. They don't care about the environment. They don't. Al Gore's perfect example. Leonardo DiCaprio, he's a perfect example. These guys all claim to want to help out the environment or this cause or that cause. But do they ever drive a fuel-efficient car? Do they live in a kind of humble duplex like I do? Do they drive a fuel-efficient vehicle like motorcycles or something like that? Hell no. And when you look at their behavior, not what they say, but their behavior, I know it's a foreign concept to you sheep out there, you realize that they just want to feel good about themselves and be popular. They want to be loved. They want to get their next role. They want their next gig. They want to make money. They want donations. Whatever it is, it's a financial and self-serving incentive that drives them to tell you fucking moronic sheep what you want to hear. And so this is why you got just a veritable cunt like Maxine Waters. You want to talk about a true Uncle Tom, you look at a Maxine Waters or any Democrat black politician that plays racial politics. They will sell their own down the goddamn river. As long as they get elected. Jesse Jackson, hello. Hell fucking low. What has he done aside from bitch and whine and get, hey, vote for me and give me money and give me more money and I want to improve the... Dude, my book, Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty, would help more minorities actually close the wage gap than 1,000 lifetimes of a Jesse Jackson, because Jesse Jackson never had the intention of actually helping out black people. Using black people to make himself rich, you're damn right. Oprah, not so much, but she was more women, more like using vagina to make herself rich. But these people, rich people in general, who happen to be liberals, they don't give a damn about what they're saying. Their cause, the day du jour of that particular day that they want to champion. They want to make themselves feel good, and they want you people to like them. That's it. Instead of telling you the goddamn honest truth, they just want to, like, well, I donate money, and they give speeches at the fucking shows with the Emmys, the whammies, the blammies, the glammies, the Oscars, the Grammys, the Tonys, the Slammies, the Bammies, whatever. We gotta fight Donald Trump. They don't give a shit about the cause or the homeless. In this case, you're talking about the homeless. They don't give a shit about the homeless. They only give a shit about making themselves feel good. If they actually gave a shit about the homeless, well, one thing, they donate a lot more money. But the other thing, they'd be more upfront with people that are homeless, saying, well, you should probably stop drinking and doing drugs and no, I don't care, I'm going to let you. They would cut them off to make these people actually like, oh crap, I got to work, I got to sober up, otherwise I'm going to die. Right? So that's the difference, that's the dichotomy or the contradiction that you're witnessing over in San Francisco right now. All these rich multimillionaires, but when you adjust for cost of living, they're just average people. But all these millionaires, and they're like dining, oh my goodness, and we just don't. And we're having an awareness campaign, we're having a party, and we're raising awareness, and we're going to go to this rich debutante's place, and I just so much care about the black people. Oh, good heavens, I'd never set foot. What is San Francisco's ghetto? Is it Stockton or Compton? Which one is it? Oh, I never go over there with the barges and the people who work. I just sit here in San Jose and Silicon Valley. I'm that girl who worked at Yahoo that bought all the houses around me, but they're empty and vacant, so no one would be near me. I just so much care about the darkies. Oh my God, I'm such a wonderful person. It's masturbation. That's what it is. There's no actual production at the end of it. There's no kid. You're not actually banging anybody. You're just twiddling your twat or you're jerking off. That's what these people are. It's just to make themselves feel good. All right, so we solved that question. Now, you want to know, how does it solve society's problems? Well, one, it doesn't. There's obviously poor people. What is it? There's an article that San Francisco spends like $30 million cleaning up feces and urine, which I can understand. You get a population that big. Everybody, I guarantee you, there's a budget in there, the feces and urine budget. But how does it, if you're asking like, how does this solve society's problems? How do you solve poverty or homelessness? Well, obviously it doesn't. It does not. But your question is wrong. You assume that that's a problem to be solved. Why is it other people's problems to solve people that have mental illness? And you may have found that it's not my responsibility. That's unfortunate that person has mental illness. But when we get to drug use, laziness, sloth, alcoholism, why is that my problem? See, it's kind of interesting because you've requested videos before, so not to single you out, I thought you would have been under the impression, well, what is this of any society's responsibility? This is not society's problem. It's their problem. It's the homelessness, degenerate, worthless piece of fucking parasitic shit problem. Somehow, without help from the government or parents, I managed not to be a fuck up. I managed not to be homeless. I managed to put food, clothing, and shelter in front of me. That's what the vast majority of human existence has been. But there you are. Most homeless people are bullshitters. They're hypocrites. And as we keep feeding them more and more money, well, we need this, we need that, you're artificially inflating and sustaining a group of people that, according to Darwinism, should have died out long ago. Sadly, most of them should have been born in the first place. I don't know how that's society's problem. I don't care what the amount you have no idea how little I care about my fellow man. What have people done for me in society? Frankly, jack fucking shit all. Matter of fact, most people in society are there to screw you over. So why the fuck should I give a shit about a poor guy? At least they're honest. Hey, I'm a fucking degenerate bum and I want to scam you out of money. Well, that's pretty good. I'll grant you that. But then you look at, I'll get to this in the podcast later when I feel like it. You get these con artists. They're like, we're helping the poor, and if you donate to our nonprofit and our 503c, and they're just scamming you people. Those guys are the real scumbags. But no, that how does this solve society's problems? Well, it's not society's problem. It's their problem. And when they get annoying enough, now then maybe you start like getting laws in, and you start arresting them and throwing them in jail. You say, no, you can't panhandle here. Go panhandle over to the next place. Oh, you're homeless? I guess that's your problem. It's not society's problem. Society's moving on. They're working. They made sure they didn't have too many kids they couldn't afford. They made sure that they had jobs. They made sure that they showered. They made sure that they didn't stick a fucking heroin needle in their arm. I don't know how a bunch of worthless people, sub-worthless, is any of society's problems. So I don't know why you think you owe it to, like, why do we have to solve that problem? The real problem, society's problem, is the annoyance of these people, right? And don't you don't care. Hey, yeah, if you're poor, everybody's got a little bit of a life ain't perfect. Everybody has bad luck every once in a while. Should there be some marginal level of a safety net? No, not really. There should be that's where nonprofits come in. Maybe the government can throw money to like churches or nonprofit, like, okay, all right, you better take care of this problem. So I'm like, I understand being there myself, what it's like to be poor, and maybe you could use a handle. Never took one though. It's amazing what will happen. Amazing what you'll do when you need to eat. But when it comes to rank and file people just lying on the hammock, and they have no intention of working. Fuck them, fuck that. Not society's problem. Society's problem is like, I don't like that ugly fucking piece of shit begging for money, and then they hop in their SUV and drive away. I don't like to be harassed on the fucking street. Alright? That's the problem. It's not that big of a problem, actually. And especially it's self-inflicted because the liberals and the leftists in San Francisco do so much love. You smell urine? That's a problem. That's an annoyance. But you know what? When you vote for that shit in, that's what's going to happen. So, I guess your overall question is, why don't these rich people give their money to the poor people and solve that problem? It won't solve the problem. They're not going to, because they're hypocritical. They've never, no matter what comes out of their mouths, they don't want to help the poor people. And two, if you gave the money to the poor people, guess what? Just be more poor. I've never seen it where you're like, here's some money, Miss Welfare Drug, 18 children from 17 different fathers. Like, well, here's this $40,000 I got. Now I'm going to get my life right. She will squander the money away, and she's just going to have 8 more kids. All right? Here's the sad thing. These people need to die out. And I don't mean we go shoot them or kill them. That's not, you're completely missing. If you're sitting there and you would be a would-be welfare mom who would have 8 kids because the government keeps cutting you a check, but if you have your first kid and there ain't no government check and you're starving, you'll make damn sure you don't have the remaining 7 kids you're going to have if there was a government check there. It's just leave it alone. All right, everyone thinks you're going to go kill these people. No, we're not going to go kill these people. We're just going to leave you the fuck alone. Then you get to deal with the consequences of your own mistakes. That's it. So, no, it's a very cute academic question you have. I've answered it, but stop aiming for this goal of, we're gonna cure poverty. You won't cure poverty. People are fucking morons. And they're fucking scummy, lazy pieces of parasitic shit. And the only cure, the only real solution is for you people to stop being so naive and just throwing money at these people. But the Democrats and certain political parties across the globe, that's how they get votes, because of democracy. Oh, it's their fault you fucked 17 different guys with chlamydia and gonorrhea and syphilis. It's their fault. Well, because they got a different skin color than you, and they got a penis, and it's their fault you're fucked up. Not your own mistakes, because you're an independent woman. Alright, that's it. AssholeConsulting.com, blah, 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 blah. I got a lot of shit to do. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.